Hey guys, SeanB, and today I have a rant video. Not gonna be very wholesome. It might be pretty toxic, but I'm just kind of pissed.
All I have are negative thoughts.
So we had the update since Friday. It has been a couple days since the content got launched into the game, and right now people are still trying to find their teams for new dungeon, and people are trying. A lot of people are trying, but for me as a YouTuber, I get the privilege of reading a lot of YouTube comments, Twitch chat. I go on Reddit very often, so Reddit threads. All these comments are literally saying one thing: the update is too hard. I cannot beat it, so the update is trash. And it just blow my mind how the negative vibe of the community is so strong after the update got launched, because it's hard. I don't understand how people can assume that commenters have to hand them the new content on a silver platter, easy difficulty, so that they can just beat it in one day with the good old unit they've been using for the past couple years. It's madness. Like, first, we have B12 in dungeon, and they are really hard. They're not easy. Even people who've been playing for years have difficulty clearing a dungeon consistently. And there are only, I think, a small handful of people with very good runes who've been playing for 6 years, farming consistently, can farm the dungeon easily. But for the majority of player, we cannot clear it. And for like half the player base, I think, don't even have a team for it that can do it easily. So to me, it's so normal to have much harder difficulty for a B12 dungeon. It's supposed to be the hardest level of the dungeon. Comtours has made early games so easy that you get a GB10 team running in as easy as 2 weeks, or people have done it in 1 week. You have a GB10 team running, and that is supposed to be the hardest level of dungeon in the game. Imagine if you play any other game and the hardest level is so easy, you'll be bored so quickly. And now they're adding a new hardest level of dungeon, and people are expecting to use the same team to beat the new dungeon instead of fucking use their brain to formulate a new team or improve their current team stats, or trying to get a different strategy to make it a bit safer but not as slow. Like, it's so fucking hard to think. It's crazy.
What are you doing? We don't do that here.
The commenters push people a little bit out of their comfort zone, and they're fucking crying on all these platforms that they can't play the game, they can't progress anymore because B12 exists. Like, just a couple days ago, farming B10 was absolutely normal. If you're so fucking casual in this game, you can farm B12. And the other guy who is a dedicated player, who actually used their brain to play the game, farm B10. And that player will still outprogress you by a mile, because you refuse to farm, and all your effort and time is spent on complaining and not actually optimizing your own account, not actually optimizing your dungeon team to make it faster, better, not farming, not using the in-game resources correctly. Like, a lot of people don't clear TOA hard. A lot of people don't finish the event. A lot of people don't bother to make their team faster. The amount of account that you can just randomly click on in-game chat to see the profile, and they have like a 1 minute GB10 team, and they've been playing this game for 1500 days. And they are sitting there complaining about some random shit in the game that they cannot do just because ABCZ. They have so many fucking reasons to not do something. Wow, there's so many other players out there who just, oh, new content. Okay, it's pretty tough. Let me try to formulate a team around it. My team might not be fast, but I'm farming it. I'm getting 6-star rune, because getting 6-star rune is so good. It improves your mana gain so much more than farming B10. Blue 6-star rune can give you double roll into something that you really want, like speed or crit rate, very easily, comparing to a legendary 5-star rune, which is usually shit. But a blue 6-star rune can give you a very easy improvement in some unit because you can double roll into something easily. There's a comment on my YouTube video that triggered me so much. So I showed that my beginner account that I stopped playing on for so long, so the progression stopped when I stopped. And it was nothing crazy. Like the account could clear everything except for BJR5 and Triple S Rift Beast. So the rune quality is kind of early mid-game-ish. I can do all the other PvE content just fine. And I cleared the Dimension Predator with like 5 or 6 try. And it was bad RNG at first, but when you know which one to target, and when you have a little bit better RNG, you can clear it. With my beginner account, the runes are kind of only 2 units on violent runes, 0 wheel runes. So I did it perfectly fine. And there are still people who say that they should not do it because it's hard or because it's a little bit of RNG and they get tilted. So they don't want to do it. Even though the reward is a freaking 6-star legendary rune that it will take you forever to farm, especially a rage or a nemesis rune. Especially that rage rune, you will not be able to farm it easily in early or mid game. And they are giving it to you as long as you can win once in fucking 30 days. It just blows my mind how much people can complain about this. It's crazy. So much negativity just because it's a little bit too hard for them. And it's only been 3 days. Last time when GB10 or DB10 was supposed to be the hardest dungeon in the game, people trying to craft a team for that dungeon for months just to get a good speed team going, a consistent speed team or consistent semi-speed save team. It took them so much longer than what we are doing right now. Like on day 1, endgame player getting speed team going, potentially with obtainable units so that you can kind of work towards too. And then when endgame players show you that, okay, free-to-play unit can do this, here comes the, oh, but your rune is pay to win. Okay, dude. You want them to show you endgame runes with unobtainable unit? There are 2 things in the game, unit and runes. Nat 5 is not farmable. Like you cannot farm for Nat 5, but you can farm runes. So there's an ending. You can potentially get near the stat requirement to get a speed team going. You cannot just randomly pop out a Nat 5, right? So it's crazy how people keep complaining and complaining. And that's all they do. All the time they spend, instead of trying to make the game easier for them, they complain and get nothing out of it. And even if counters make it easier, they will still complain that they can't do it fast enough. It just blows my mind. And then there's another part of people saying that, oh, artifacts is shit. Dude, it's been 3 days. It's like farming blue 5-star rune in B10. Most of the thing that you get will be shit. Most of the thing you get will be shit. Blue artifacts, most of them will be shit to you. But blue artifacts is the same as blue runes. You get 2 sub-property, and one of them might be the one that you're looking for. For example, skill 3 crit damage increase is one of the most sought after sub-property because there are many nuker like Lucian, Crow, Copper Bulldozer who love to have skill 3 crit damage increase. And if that comes in a blue artifact, it is very easy for you to double roll into that one particular sub-property. Instead of getting like a legendary artifact and it's one of it, and you have low chance to get that skill 3 crit damage increase. So people who instant sell blue artifacts or complain that artifact is shit, they don't even bother to think what is good for what. And I'm here just mind blown by the sheer amount of variety I can do on different combination of unit. Every artifact pop up, I give it a quick look. I try to think of unit that is the type and the unit that can potentially get some good use out of it. And it's just so much is going on in my head all the time while I farm these dungeons. What unit do I have? What do I use frequently? What type of unit they are? And what do they need in guild battle, or what do they need in dungeon? What do they need in RTA? It's all different. Like Fran can be built so many different ways with artifacts. Like it's crazy. It's a content that allow you to just do you. It's not a content like, let's say, balance patch. It will nerf ABC unit, it will buff ABC unit. And you will stop using the nerf unit and you start using the buff unit. That's about it. It's a content that forces you to do exactly what the content say. But for artifacts, you do whatever you want. I don't know, it plays with my creativity. It allowed me to think more about the game. Like, I haven't been so invested in the game for the past 2-3 years like this, because every time I look at an artifact, what attack unit that I have on vampire runes, what attack unit I have on crit rate. So I can use that. If it double roll into one of that, double roll into life drain, I can put it on maybe on a Garo, and that will instantly boost my Garo viability with extra healing. So that's crazy. And you don't have to farm B12 right now. While you can farm B7, B9 of the artifact, get some blue artifacts, get some extra crit damage on that skill 3, skill 2, so that your dungeon team in B12 will be more ready, right? This is to supplement your runes. For people who have runes that are kind of maxed out, they max grind their runes are purple-ish quality, most of them. So getting a rune upgrade is not possible. But getting artifact upgrade is so possible. It's crazy. There are other safe team that you can run. Don't have to be speed team. Farm artifacts right now so that you can boost your main team stats. And you can go back to B12 potentially using the same team, the same speed team that you've been using. And you can do that with artifacts. So there are many ways for us to look at the update. And I would love to look at the update in a positive light, trying to enjoy the game, trying to find fun out of it. The fun of farming is kind of lame, but I'm literally just trying to have fun with the new update and trying to brainstorm what I can do with artifacts, what team I can use. I have been having so much fun just testing, non-stop testing combination in different dungeon, swapping in and out unit. And I come to love my young M champion once again because he puts so much dot on the boss. And that's just amazing. Of course, I can just build more secondary awakened rogue and have speed team as well. But the fact that I'm using all these units I never used in dungeon before, or in the other dungeon with Pungbek, Zinc, or Gina, or Brick, that is just amazing. I think that is so awesome that I'm having so much fun crafting team. And I'm not done yet. There's so much more to craft in these dungeons to find what is the best team, what's the fastest, safest team out there, and go back to B12 and start crafting team again. What is the baseline for stats needed for every single unit to farm this dungeon safe and consistent? There's so much to do. Why not do? And stop fucking whining like a crybaby on the internet. It just blows my mind. And I don't know where I'm going with this, but it's just how I feel for the past couple of days, especially in the YouTube comment or in the Twitch comment or in the Reddit threads. It blows my mind. But if you're one of those people who play the game and are having fun creating new team, farming new dungeon, hey, check out my Twitch stream and talk to me. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and maybe join a Discord to just discuss more summon as well. I think that's pretty cool. And for those who are whining, hey, just shut the fuck up. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next wholesome guide content and not ranting. Okay? Bye.